Immigration is a hot topic today, with President Obama and Democrats wanting to provide a path for certain people who've come here illegally to gain citizenship. On the other hand, the Republicans want to build more fences and keep everybody out. As a result of this battle, immigration fraud has become a hot area. Immigration fraud can take up several different types. One of the most basic types is document fraud. Somebody will get a counterfeit social security number or driver's license or other papers to be able to obtain a job. And of course, it's a felony for the individual to obtain the counterfeit goods. And what the government is also going after now is the employers. And it's also a crime to knowingly hire somebody that's an illegal alien. Now, of course, the employers are always going to take the position, well, how were we to know? We were presented with paperwork that looked legitimate. So oftentimes the government will utilize an undercover agent who will go in pretending to be an illegal alien and basically letting the employer know, look, this paperwork I have isn't really good, but I don't suppose you care about that, do you? And when the employer says no problem, obviously that's a big problem. And the government tries to go up the chain all the way to the top executives of the company that have allegedly authorized such a practice. Another hot area of immigration fraud these days is asylum fraud. If somebody is here illegally but claims asylum, that is that they're going to be persecuted if they go back to their country, then the government at least has to keep them here temporarily, and if they can prove their claim, allow them to stay here permanently, because we're not a country that is going to send somebody back somewhere if we believe they're going to be tortured or murdered. This is a particularly hard fraud for the government to detect, because if somebody says that they're going to be persecuted, how's the government to say otherwise? Their stories may have some inconsistencies, and it may be that they're not granted asylum, but it may be very difficult to prove fraud. However, I had one case where an attorney was actually indicted for a conspiracy to assist people to gain asylum by coaching them, allegedly, on the answers that would have to be given in order to pass the test to show that they in fact were being persecuted and should get asylum. Another common type of immigration fraud deals with smuggling, bringing in individuals who are illegal aliens, primarily from Mexico, but it's from other countries. And also, once they're here, transporting them around the United States or harboring them. And all of those are crimes. And in a twist, the government now is going after some transportation companies that on the surface appear to be legitimate bus companies, but according to the government are simply companies that are operating solely to transport illegal aliens across the country. And finally, and probably what is the most egregious form of immigration crime, is human trafficking. And oftentimes people pay a fee to come into this country, and then in order to work off that fee, they are put into prostitution or become indentured servants or slaves. And I had an opportunity to handle one of those cases where a woman who originally came in from Thailand as a prostitute herself and had to work off the fee became an entrepreneur, learned the business, learned English, and ended up running a business herself, bringing in people from Thailand. Immigration crimes can be very serious. If you are contacted by ICE about an immigration offense, you should not speak to them. You should consult with an attorney, and you should hire an attorney that's skilled in defending against immigration fraud.